Let's take a look at the map, though. Let's see where we're going between Chaos and Na'Vi. Consulate and Villa out of play. Na'Vi will start on the attack. Chaos on defense. Oregon coastline taking out one apiece. Going to Clubhouse or Border, and thank the Lord we don't have the same map back-to-back. We are going to Border between Na'Vi and Chaos. And Border is a map that was played between Na'Vi and Liquid. Let's take a look at the community vote.
What do you guys
referencing SI.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
Yep.
That's understandable, too.
Would you give it to Na'Vi, though, after Chaos's past couple weeks? That's the main kicker there.
I think the story is, as we get underway, we're rolling right through these. I like this.
Great.
I like this pace. This is a lot of fun. There's not a lot of stalling. I think that the problem for people having a lot of faith in Chaos right now is those poor starts to games. Obviously, they've had incredible comebacks to games, and Crips came alive last week on Consulate.
Oh my God.
On the attacking side on Ash. We'll see if he can do that again this week. It'll be Chaos starting with the first band as they begin on defense, and they'll take out the Ying, take it away from Na'Vi. And Na'Vi's game last week on Villa against Lestream, that was an iffy one. That went very, very back and forth, and their defense was not fantastic.
Ying being banned out here. Not much surprise. Maverick's going to be the second op. That's... I mean, sure, Maverick, great op, but is it really worth the ban?
On Border, that's a questionable one.
It's a borderline...
Oh, my God.
Look, this is my last week until, like...
Just get them all in now.
Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Oh, just get it out of the way.
Okay, Dad, I'm going to stop.
You're older than me.
Okay. Everybody in chat, whenever we say anything and they hear us and the way we react to one another, like, oh, these casters have like no synergy between one another. It's like, have you ever seen me and Flynn next to one another at any point in time in real life? This is literally how we are.
Yeah.
It's like top tier synergy, dude.
This is us in a nutshell every time we speak to each other. We go out for food and it's just, we're just ripping into each other.
Round number 1, starting off here, and you saw our bands at the end with Yang, Maverick, Mira, and Echo. Not surprising to see the Echo. It's, haha, either Echo or Maestro. Revolutionary analyst work there.
I think the attacking ban coming out from Na'Vi, the Maverick, I think that's going to be a point to hit on for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
That's a curious one for Border. I mean, obviously, you know you're going to ban out the Mira, so the walls are going to be like harder to defend right up against the walls when you're on defense, but honestly, we don't see a lot of Maverick play having a lot of influential energy, really, and utility on Border. Other maps, for sure, don't get me wrong. There's a reason he was banned out in Clubhouse. Again, that's a curious one, but also a curious decision for Chaos. They start out their defense downstairs inside of Ventilation and Workshop. They're bringing the Castle. I imagine we're going to be seeing this reinforcements positioned over towards the Teller's Wall. We've been seeing this a lot more. A hard set lockout on the Teller's walls and not allowing you to make your way in through Tellers as opposed to just castling up the site itself. You're just expanding your availability of area of play into that main hallway, which is pretty pivotal to stop any customs pushes or pushes down metal stairs.
Nice. Chaos here bringing double ACOG. Okay, this is... Please. Oh, no. Oh, no! Renewals! Back to the drawing board they go. Crying. Cry me a river. What is going on?
Well, Chaos clearly had a game plan, and it was take those ACOGs and take as many fights as possible out of spawn.
Solid!
Wow, Chaos is going to collect another one from outside. I'm sure that was outside on top of the radio tower. I don't think Chaos has moved out of his position as he had that first engagement with Secretly. Yeah, now you've left Secretly alone inside of CCTV, and like we said, the poor starts from Chaos have been... Oh, sorry, this was Corey out here at the radio tower. It's been a point to make for the last couple of weeks now, is the rough starts for Chaos in the beginning of their matches, and again, unable to land the shots as Secretly, and he's given up on his post. He'll bail out as he hears the AC window start to be breached open.
Corey to continue to drone in as he already entered through jail, but nobody to check through there. Chaos and Cryan will find a kill each, and this whole game is going their way. Red Groove last alive here on the smoke. It's gonna be when your smoke is forced to go all the way up and kind of fight over metal stairs, the last man alive. You're defending here in the workshop. You know, you're not doing well. This is just, oh man. We had Secret with a flawless round the very first time. They take a bit of damage here, Na'Vi, but man,
still flawless. Nobody died. Smile.
It's not super flawless. I guess that's the official terminology for when one team just doesn't lose any HP in the round. I guess.
Super flawless.
Super flawless. It's super.
Well, that'll be enough to push Chaos off of their ventilation and workshop hold. Wasn't really much of a vent workshop hold, honestly. It was taking aggressive fights in the beginning and losing those gunfights. That was really unfortunate as well for Renewals outside of, or right behind those punch holes in the balcony, inside the main hallway. Tough go, thanks there for Renewals, and the dominoes just kept falling for Chaos. Couldn't really piece anything together on that round, and again, we start off with Chaos losing the first round in a decisive fashion for, I think this is the third week in a row now that this has happened.
Yes.
They just have not been able to start on time, and that's a frequent occurrence for my favorite hockey team, which drives me up a wall, so I can only imagine what Chaos fans are feeling.
Well, here's the thing. Look at it on the bright side. When they start winning, it's great.
It is, and it's remarkable to see the comeback potential. You're always putting yourself in a weak position by having to come back. And I think that's why the community vote kind of slipped the way it did. You look at the standings, you got Chaos who are in 4th, and you've got Na'Vi who are in 7th, now 8th after the last game.
Yeah, that's not great.
Typically, it won't lean the way of the 8th place team or 7th place team before the day started. And yet, it's understandable to see the position that Chaos have continuously put themselves in as to why fans might be leaning the way towards Na'Vi, a team that seems to be on the resurgence ever since this new org pickup and coming back from SI.
I think there's a way to qualify Chaos. Much like one of their national car manufacturers, kind of takes a while to get started, I guess. It's like a diesel. You hear the engine rumbling, and it's just not there. Rips will go for the top rotation. This is something that is available, by the way. A lot of people have kind of been surprised that it was taken away, but it was brought back a while ago. Just nobody really used it that much, or we haven't really been able to spot it directly on screen anymore. But KS will fall off the watch here, and it's going to walk back. Corey will find the kill unsecretly, eliminating the smoke ball operators. Not sure what he was doing there, but the Maestro is still looking through the peek hole all the way back in CCTV, and Chaos is going to find Renaults. So your two anchors are not taken away. There's still one player in the back. Is he going to peek it as well? Trying to look for it, and he will peek it, and he's going to get taken away. Vitaline, what are you?
Exasperation not only felt by the caster's desk, but I imagine by the members of Chaos left alive. And now the only remaining member is Crips, now tagged down to about half HP as the man holding AC Rips was able to spot him on his retreat. And no, I was going to say finally Chaos got a kill. But Crips whiffing the shots, Chaos able to collect. It is Natus Vincere. 2 rounds, 10 kills, no deaths. Chaos, we have said it before, we'll say it again, start on time. It's not happening right now. They're getting aggressive too. They're getting aggressive and banking off gunfights and then unable to win the gunfights. It's not even that their strategies and their hold is incorrect. I mean, you look at Navi's attacking push there, it was starting to slow down a little bit. They put a lot of emphasis towards CCTV in the beginning and then called for a rotate over to an office push. So they utilized a lot of time and utility and manpower to flip the push. But then Chaos just keep affording them all the peaks and all the...
gave them everything.
The gunfights they could ever want, and Navi are winning it right now.
0 damage. 0 frickin' damage.
It's 5-0. So Chaos already on one right now, on fire. And yeah, like I said, nobody has died for Natus Vincere in this game so far on Border. That's a tough spot to be in if you're Chaos, and there needs to be a rapid swap here, I imagine, for Chaos on the ideology, which is, hey, let's stop peeking things and giving them a free advantage.
Yeah. Will this continue, though? I hope it does not. I don't want our third game after two like great comebacks.
Two 7-5 upsets to turn into. I mean, granted, this would be an upset as well. Technically. If you just look at the standings, it would be a third upset in a row. But it wouldn't be in as spectacular of a fashion if it's just Na'Vi the whole game. So, for Chaos here, like I said, try and dial things back a little bit. Stop taking the peaks if you're not going to win your gunfights. And that seems to be a plague for the rest of Chaos's roster entirely. It's not one person missing shots, it's everyone missing shots. It seems like they just aren't warmed up right now. We said this against Penta on the Coastline game. We said this last week on the Consulate game. They started poorly. They were able to bring it back. Same issues against Mouse last week. Same issues against Penta. Miraculous comebacks. Will they be able to do it here against Na'Vi? Because they've already put themselves in a deep hole.
Crine setting up a rotation drone against anybody coming up by stairs, and we'll continue to move in that spot. There's somebody maneuvering around. EMP throw on the back as we saw before. Air jab set up as well on the top of the stairs. Cripps' shock wire is going to get taken off. Is there going to be a thermite charge to open things up? No, all bandit wires are going to be set up regardless. It's going to be the information. Zofia is going to open up and destroy the one shield that is set inside of the 90 zone. Pierce Morgan has been banned due to toxic behavior. Oh man, hilarious. So stun locking the bandit in the back. Cripps is going to have to fall back, and Lazzo able to open up the side of the wall here to enter from the balcony.
That evil eye that was looking down from 90 towards the top of these stairs was also dismantled by Cryan, so Cryan getting full use out of that lifeline utility. But this time we stand at a 5v5 as we approach the final minute in the round. I'm waiting for Chaos to get a little aggressive here, and thankfully, they're holding their own. They're holding their positions, which are hard set positions to try and repel this. And they're not in a bad place right now. It's the overextensions of the previous two rounds that were really the culprit in their demise. We've now entered the final minute. Na'Vi seemingly waiting as well. They're trying to play a patience game, and it looks like there'll be one team outwaiting the other, and when you have that scenario falling 4, it'll usually lead in the side of the defenders, considering time is against the attackers at every moment in a round. The defenders are able to win out on time here. It'll be a marked difference compared to the last 2 rounds, and Lasso is trying to make his way in behind the radio desk and thermite open the archives wall, something they were unsuccessful at doing last time around. A bandit trick coming out from Cripps will connect and stop the exothermic charge. Chaos claims another life. 6-0 now for the German superstar, formerly of Penta /G2. Vitaline will fall. Renewal's on low HP, secretly low as well. They're taking some damage, but there's no time left. 10 seconds remaining. A peek from secretly, and he will be felled as well. The smoke is gone. Cripps inside of archives, the last remaining fodder. Red Group will finally get a kill for Chaos. Cripps with another. There's no time left, and finally, the patience will pay off for Chaos in this round, even after being at a 2-man disadvantage. Just no time left for Na'Vi to convert.
The bandit trick on the wall of archives was essential in the round. And Na'Vi just kind of tried to switch their game plan multiple times in the round and just took too much time to set up. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you don't pay attention to the clock and you give Chaos a basically free round at the end. Chaos had no business winning it, especially just Chaos walking in the hallway and nabbing 2 free kills off of it. So the sledge is going to be picked here by Corey, as Chaos will log in pretty much the same ops, grabbing the castle at the end. There we go. We're going to go back down to Workshop, which obviously is a big thing that'll explain the castle. For the impact onto the bathroom, this should be a pretty standard way of playing things, I assume. Not sure if Chaos is actually going to set up too much manpower on the top floor. That's the big question.
Na'Vi not looking really to swap out any operators. They're pretty content with the lineup they've been taking round in and round out. And why shouldn't they be? It's at least afforded them the ability to win out some of these gunfights that Chaos are interested in taking. And surprising there that you have 3 members alive for Na'Vi last round, but you're just unable to convert on a plant execute considering the time remaining, and that bandit trick there from Cripps really being influential in the round and possibly the saving grace for stopping Chaos from going down 3-0. Looks like Renewals is going to try the same trick. Nope, had the punch hole set up, but he's going to fall back. Instead, make himself a prone bullet hole towards the top of these stairs. Okay. squeezes it open a little bit more. So it'll be the double ACOG tandem inside a CCTV from Renewals, and secretly, hopefully they'll be able to survive a little bit longer, as time management for Na'Vi last time understandably poor, considering they were expecting Chaos to start jumping around and taking gunfights and playing the aggressive playstyle that they had been in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, Chaos just kind of want to slow things down, but they still keep attempting these peaks. The one entryway, and Renewals falls off at the last second. Will hesitate to fire, put some rounds down range. Corey still in the doorway, will continue to drone, and spot, there we go. Bomb's gonna get spotted in ventilation. Of course, all that information was already known. Corey will set himself up in a different position. He takes off the windows to move in. The grenade onto... oh, no. Actually, how did that do no damage? There was one player in the back by half wall, and it did 0 damage to him secretly. Firing in to take off Crying there. Took no damage from the grenade. That was just thrown up. Renewals with another one on a KS. The round is going swimmingly for Chaos.
Much better response here in round number 4. Much like round number 3, just able to garner some picks, and a vault in from Rips as he's extremely low, and he'll be down in the back of Archives, trying to solo pushes the Nomad into the top portion of the building. And Crips was laying in wait. He knows he's down, he's just trying to collect the kill, but Rips will continuously bleed out as no one remaining from Na'Vi will try and reach over and facilitate this revive. Lazo going to be using an exothermic charge on a castle barricade. Corey a little too far away, and honestly, he's allowing the time for Corey to kind of make it back, so he's still going to detonate it anyway. Utilize the utility. You don't need it really anywhere else, as he's going to then position it towards this bathroom wall, where he's going to have Corey clean things up with the sledgehammer. That's finally Rips being traded out. Finished off now as he was bleeding out in the back of Archives with no one really to help. Corey's gone back upstairs to the office balcony. He's going to get dropped now by these MP5s rotating in towards offices, and Red Groove actually with the SMG-11 was the one to down him. No one able to clean it up just yet, and that's another round in the books there for Chaos.
That was a convincing round.
It's almost like if Chaos were doing this from the beginning, it would be a win for them, or a lead for them.
Yeah, but they've done this for the past 2 weeks.
Yep. 3 weeks in a row now.
Is this the big return of the Swedes? Will Na'Vi retain the 8th spot that they have right now? They started at 7th. Secret kind of passed them there, but...
that's the thing.
Damn.
Na'Vi can't really afford to lose this game.
No.
We're talking about auto-relegation spot now for Na'Vi. Not only that, a tie won't help them either. If they do end up drawing Chaos, they're still going to be in the 8th spot, because they are 2 points back.
Exactly.
Of Secret. Well, after 2 successful defensive wins in a row for the side of Chaos, we'll have to go downstairs into Customs and Supply Room. Honestly, the tertiary site on border goes back and forth. Could be Bathroom Tellers, could be Customs Supply. We've seen more Customs Supply Room lately compared to Bathroom Tellers, but either or. It's pretty, it's 50-50 on where teams usually like to go.
We've seen a decent chunk of them in NA. That's for sure. They've been hit or miss, but usually teams will come down the first time, not fare too well, and then the second time they come around, they'll have the change that was required and end up winning the second.
So Renewals, instead of sporting the ACOG he's been bringing for a few rounds in a row, Renewals will now be playing on the Alibi. So again, trying to utilize those decoys as at least information. And honestly, if Na'Vi are going to continue to play so reserved, obviously in anticipation of the initial playstyle of Chaos, Crip's taking a little bit of damage here as he's going to come to blows with secretly playing the top of these stairs. He just ducks down underneath. The ping's coming out and secretly unaware of a very common drone spot, which is on top of the default camera. Cryan looks away for just a moment, and looks like secretly, yeah, he's placed an ADS on East Stairs. This is a dangerous spot to be in, because as soon as Cryan gives up on pushing in directly here and just heads to the roof, secretly he's got no escape.
Yeah, Secretly is going to continue to just move around here. He has to worry about... Oh, no. What? Oh, no. Actually watching through the tiny slit that's afforded there to cut off the rotation. Rips. Rip through secretly. And we'll grab the first kill of the round here for Na'Vi. Not a moment too soon. They really want that third round on the board. And looking at border, Rob, it's when we're at the half, you're 3-3. That's all right. That's a standard thing to have. But you want to make sure you get it first. Crips is going to make it a bit more complicated. Corey, the first round of Na'Vi to get eliminated. Grenades not been used so far.
Fascinating that Crips is on the smoke. Not a typical role for him. Typically he's on the Bandit, the Jaeger, the Ash, something with a lot of fragging capabilities, but inside of Office, it's a 4v4 we stand now, as Na'Vi looking to push it and still try and continue to clear out CCTV. They got a minute remaining to do so, and they'll thermite open the backside of the CC walls, and they have to be extremely wary of Renewal's flank here through break room. Come over and be a real nuisance, and looks like he will, as he's able to down off Cryan outside of the CCTV window, and shots from Crips just won't land outside of the breach hole that has now been fashioned by Lazo.
Cryan's been down by the window, which is not a great spot to be in. Can they pick them up? Yes, they will be able to do so. Renewal's is going to drop down. At least this is preparing. Crips as well is preparing to kind of drop off as well. Renewal's already downstairs, and Crips will use the reinforcement behind him to his advantage, but having no reinforcements to use on 90 because you're not offending an armory is not a great spot to be in. Red Groove drops down, but Crips, there we go, gets shot from the side and eliminated by KS. Renewal sets himself up to fight up against anybody dropping in from the hatches. We have no time left. Vittling grabs the most important kill of the entire round, Cryan with one, Red Groove with a refrag, and time is over. The defense of Chaos will take it of the same mistake of Na'Vi.
Time management. Seemingly an issue here for Na'Vi, as they just can't find a way to push the gas pedal all the way down like they were in the first two rounds, and clearly the difference again is Chaos in their playstyle. Not electing to take those aggressive gunfights, not electing to put themselves in compromising positions early in the round and afford Na'Vi an entry, because without Chaos really making those mistakes and taking those engagements, Na'Vi hasn't had much to go by, and it looks like Corey is, I guess, sick of the engagements. He wants a little bit of an edge in these gunfights. He's going to take a Nope. He's going to take a cap down. Nope, he's going to take a glass. Okay. A for effort there, Flynn. But Armory Lockers and Archives will be the last defensive position for the first half here. Corey finally settling in on the glass will be an alteration to the lineup here for Na'Vi. Curious what the target is here for Na'Vi as far as which side they would like to attack from, whether it be Office or the Armory Wall. I imagine seeing a glass, there might be a pivot here towards the Armory Wall, but they've had a tough time trying to clear out the ACOGs that were positioned inside of CCTV, although we do have, again, more role swaps happening. Secretly onto the Kaid now, so you could still have an ACOG on the TCSG-12, the DMR shotty. We've also got the sniper pistol in the back. Yeah, he's got an ACOG on both. It's a pretty good spot to be in. Red Groove as well playing the Pulse. This is something we haven't really seen from Chaos either, is verticality. They've been spread quite horizontally, especially defending this site, but verticality hasn't really been implemented for Chaos yet.
No, even when they were playing downstairs in the workshop, none of that was really being used. Corey's going to play all the way in the back here of the glass, first of all, just in case there's any sort of run out and just expecting something to happen. I assume he's going to go by ventilation here, by the checkpoint, which would make a lot of sense. A lot of teams in the past, and still to this day, like to run a Blackbeard in that position, which is a very tough position to kind of push people off. But he's actually going to go all the way back down to parking lot, and Natus is just awaiting the EMP to come in, and this should be more than enough. There you go. Corey finds the kill on Red Groove. Okay. He kills one in the back. Cryan gets a free 2K. Just watching down the window here, and Crips will try to salvage the round as it's only 2 players in Chaos remaining. This half might very much end in a 30-30 split, or a half-half 3-3 split. Combining all my numbers and doing math on stream, not a great thing. Verlaine by the half wall, still in, but Crips will find Cryan for free in a 4v2 still. Zofia unable to use the utility. Crips is going to get pushed back by the air jab of Rips. Still going to be able to rotate back and support Vitality in this defense. Corey to set up for the push. He spots the head and fires down, finds the headshot on Vitality. All up to Crips with only barbed wire, no nitro cell. It's going to be a difficult one. Lazzo comes in for the diffuser plant. Crips will have to maneuver himself around the firepower of Corey, at least for him. The redeeming factor is the wall is soft, but that can be used against him. He'll lock onto Rips and find the headshot in 3v1, but so little HP. Corey, again, the damage done with the glass, and I think this explains why many teams, not the least in EU, love banning the operator.
That's unfortunate there for Chaos. It wasn't even that they were overexposing themselves. Cryan just gets afforded a two-piece through that wall. Yeesh. Chaos looking like they were in the driver's seat there, but Na'Vi able to stop the bleeding and draw it back. We head into the half. Tron, like you said. 3-3. Pretty typical for Border. So it'll be up to the attacking side of Chaos to prevail should they wish to continue the three-peat, I guess. 3 consecutive weeks of having a not so great start and bringing it back to a victory. Draw still on the table. Could have another 3-3 half here and end at a 6-6. That would be 3 games in a row going the distance, and it seems like the curse is coming back. Armory Lockers and Archives defense, the primary for Na'Vi, is pretty typical operators as far as Na'Vi is concerned. We've seen the Rook already coming out from Chaos.
No Maestro.
No Maestro. Yeah. Chaos got away with it a couple times. It's going to come down to the time management on the attacking side. And Chaos, again, not unlike what we've been seeing from Accelerate in North America, they've returned to a more basic lineup. And they've been doing this week after week after week now. They're kind of emulating what Empire bring on their attacking side, which is not a lot of coordination necessary utility, I guess I could say.
It's not a technical time-based operator lineup that requires time coordination. It requires coordination no matter what.
Yeah.
But you don't have to time everything and with the effect of your abilities, basically.
Yeah, you still got to coordinate each member, but the utility itself does not require coordination to be immensely effective. It's a sledgehammer. It breaks open walls. You get the lifeline. Time it with the thermite charges coming out. Stuff like that. Very simplistic operators that, for the most part, point and click with whether it's their utility or their guns.
Yeah. You see, actually, Rips locking down the same angle that was opened up against him. The half reinforcement here up in the armory. Seen this function actually pretty well for some teams. Where there are a lot of the big deal about this is that you can really shut down any thermite plate to enter. Similar to how you run a soft mirror window in position like that, or next to the soft wall, is that it just gives you more flexibility on the defensive side, but at the same time you're sacrificing easy angles to be opened up against you. So, well, it's very easy to deny thermite charges with a quick impact because you're not expecting both a thermite and a Hibana being played, which would be redundant on this map. It's still something that you can really use against, oh my god, Lazzo. A great peek here to find renewals. He's at least eliminating the Zofia before any utility could be used.
That clears out the pressure on his backside. Secretly will also fall to Cryan now. So this is a precarious situation to be in if you're Chaos, already losing the last round. And they've got this rotate hold to contend with on the Archives wall as the rest try to push through. Crips was able to trade one back, though, onto Corey and KS, taking a little bit of damage. So it's not all lost here for Chaos as they try to push in through the office side. They'll thermite open the Archives wall, and now Lazo has dropped down below, but important note, he's lost his nitro. He wasted it on the AC push, but was still able to clean up the kill. Barbed wire being destroyed, and he's got another member downstairs for Na'Vi. Believe it's Cryan. It is at the base of metal stairs. So 2 downstairs and 2 inside of armory right now, and Crips turning away his attention from the base of the stairs as Cryan wasn't able to collect the kill either as they play hide and go seek with each other. And ooh, shots to the soft wall. Not going to land on a Rips. He's protected behind that metal half wall. A great read there from Crips as he takes down Cryan, slowly pushing up metal stairs. The Toxic Babes will disseminate and slow down the push into Archives. It'll be a retreat again. KS will now drop down. So you've got, again, 2 members of Na'Vi downstairs and Rips holding down the objective. Vitaline able to jump into Archives and facilitate a plant attempt as Crips holds down 90 and Red Groove waiting for an office flank. KS comes up metal stairs and immediately rejected by the R4C. Belting out now as Rips is downed in sight. It's all Lazo left alive to complete the 1v3 and a plant defuse. Crips holding the main hallway, but he's got his attention turned back towards top of East stairs. Lazo alt walking up the main stairs, and he's able to take down Crips. Leveling things in a 1v2 inside of offices, though. Red Groove gets that initial peek and will win it out. Chaos able to survive the 2-man deficit, not unlike their counterparts in Na'Vi last round. It's a good start here for Chaos on the attacking side, and again, they will take the 4-3 lead.
Yep. Diffuser planted at around the 15-second mark. Crips, that diffuser did not get set until Crips was in good position to lock down rotations. And kudos to Crips to not only be the spearhead on the Ash, but also be the anti-rotation hold. Very well done there with the Ash. Kind of wins you the round there, puts it on the board. It gives you an advantage early on. It's 3-3 at the half, but Chaos have come back from worse.
That's the same thing we saw last week on Consulate against Mouse for Crips. Kind of a silent first half. Doing his best, holding his own. But as soon as he flips onto the attacking side and he's got the Ash in his hands, my God, the whole game turned on its head. And Mouse did not have an answer. So we come back now. Better, even like a better position to be in if you're Chaos at the half than they were on Consulate last week against Mouse. You're in a good spot here to have Crips now start to go on a run. And I mean, he's got 10 kills now. The rest of Chaos not doing a whole lot in terms of the fragging department, but they are supporting Crips and they are playing together. The communication there was pretty immaculate, honestly. You could just see it in the way they were playing and the rotations that were read. Crips always reading the members coming up metal stairs. Seemingly a missed call onto wherever Crips was looking towards, like top east and CCTV last time, or the end of the last kill there when Lazo came back up. But other than that, beautiful.
A bit more information on last week's game versus Mouse here between Chaos and them. Played Consulate. It started off 3-3 with Chaos on the attacking side. And then on the defense, they're able to rack up 4 rounds in a row, or 4 rounds in total, not in a row. Excuse me. But the Ying was banned similar to here. The other operators completely different. So the Maestro and the Nomad taken away. Something that Na'Vi, or at least the Nomad, has not used quite a bit, very extensively early on in the game. Yet we don't see Chaos running it just yet, or really maybe not even thinking about it so far. Just prefer to put Crips on the Ash.
It would fit the profile right now that Chaos are bringing, though, as far as operators. As Crying gets drone downstairs inside of bathroom, and a frag grenade being cooked now by Secretly as he looks to pop open this bathroom door, and nope. What? A for effort.
Oh my.
But
no, it was right in front of it. All right. Great.
Thumbs up. Anyway, Secretly will still have a sledgehammer to pop open the castle barricade should he choose to get that aggressive on Crying. He's obviously going to have to clean it out first, but he's seemingly aware of the second member of Na'Vi playing downstairs with him in support. It appears to be Rips, so the UMP tandem it is. We'll be downstairs inside of ventilation and workshops. Crips again doing some magic inside of CCTV, trying to hold down any rotations between Archives and Armory. Corey, though, will take down Renewal, so a good start there from the Jaegers. Secretly tries to push downstairs. Red Groove, though, will trade out Corey. So there goes your Jaeger, there goes your firepower of the 416. Castle barricades being disseminated now, and a beautiful shot from Secretly to drop Cryin. You still had Rips downstairs to worry about, and he is underneath that server hatch, and it looks like he's trying to make his great escape up the metal stairs. He'll be cut off. Lazo downed as well in turn inside of Archives, and it looks like it's all going right now for Chaos, and everything's falling apart for Na'Vi.
And that Torcel had already been used as well. Vitaline with the run out here. Rips will be able to refrag onto Crips ASAP. But the thing is, oh no, not walking right into him. Red Groove with a free kill on Rips. The last alive is KS here by the desk in the half metal wall. So much time here to rotate all 3 players from Chaos before you descend upon the site and go for the plant. Now with the shotgun shells being heard in the back and doing damage to the wall, they should have clear info on the position of the smoke. Chaos flash in the meantime as Red Groove will start to walk on in, have yet another angle to headshot directly flicked onto KS. Chaos will take round number 8 now start to move on and on with their lead.
It's another 2-round advantage here for Chaos. It's looking pretty good.
This is all on Na'Vi. If Chaos puts that 6th round on the board, that's problematic for Na'Vi. Not for Chaos. Chaos are pretty much safe at this point.
3 weeks left, and you're guaranteed the auto-relegation spot heading into Week 11 if you're Na'Vi and you don't get 3 points out of this. That would be a very tough position to be in, considering this is a team that went to Rio last season. Season 8 finals. They were the 2nd EU representative, and granted that kind of came out of nowhere, but still. A lot of expectations placed on this team, especially with the new org pickup of Natus Vincere, but Chaos right now looking to keep them in their 8th spot and propel themselves upward right now. Like you said, Chaos is safe. The land run is unlikely, although actually they're at 15. They could pass G2 with a win.
Yeah, but how far away are they from this team? There's a 5-round, for a 5-point differential. It would, if they win here, it would put them 2 points away from Le Stream. Le Stream play their game against Mouse, which they are likely to win. But let me check the tie breaks between them because so Chaos and Le Stream have played once, and that was a 7-4 advantage for Le Stream, which is not a ton.
No.
Which means it's very possible for Chaos to come back because Chaos plays against Le Stream literally next week. So next week is going to be a big decider because Empire plays G2. They're already qualified, but Empire has control of G2's land possibilities. Chaos plays Le Stream. Chaos can actually fight themselves into a land spot there, which would be unfortunate for Le Stream. I can't believe we're saying this after these past couple seasons, but Chaos can actually still make it to land. Oh my god.
Incredible what one hot start for a few weeks will do for your entire season in a region surrounded by depth. Parity. It's Renewals inside of inside of Customs. He's got some pressure over from Ventilation, as it's a workshop in Ventilation defense coming out from Na'Vi after being unsuccessful in back-to-back rounds upstairs. They turn their attention towards the basement to salvage the possibility of a win in this game. Crips has been an unstoppable monster so far on the Ash, week after week, and nothing has changed here in this specific game. X-Kairos charge detonated from right groove, try and blow open this castle barricade again, stalling out the progression into the bathroom. And there goes the castle barricade. Displaced by those X-Kairos, and they'll be holding the rotation for whichever member of Na'Vi was playing inside of the bathroom. Crip's still droning and doing some work upstairs. And this is kind of what I wanted to see from Chaos as a whole, is the split push mentality. Make sure you're clearing out multiple angles and multiple positions on the map at the same time. Don't get single-minded, because that's kind of what we saw Na'Vi doing in the first half of the game, was all 5 of us are going to push one direction.
Yeah, we're not going to even, like, take care of anything on the bottom floor. We're not going to do... Oh, no! Secretly! No damage done. Now he gets the spot on the castle. Lazzo down to 50% HP. He's spotted. He walks away. Doesn't take the last bullet. That's a decent chunk of damage, and Renewals will clean up the castle as he moves away the second for free. KS peeks around and fights the one angle that he cannot contest with, trying to take half HP off of himself, but secretly at least taken away. That's something. But you're looking at yourself at this position. It's not great when you're just gonna be happy walking away with a kill and half of your HP left when you're demanding disadvantage and a big utility disadvantage. Crips still holding on to the rotation. This is just something that he's been doing so excellently, but Cryan from above will find the kill on Vitaline and disrupt the plan. 3v2 now. The Crips will dive and find Cryan. Rips with a finisher on the red groove. And a 2v2. 22 seconds left on the clock. There's a lot of these numbers here. What do they mean, Flynn? Renewals with a pre-fire will find Rips, but they know exactly where he's at. Renewals will take away Corey, and that is round number 9 secured in the hands of Chaos, which means it's 1 point now that they have it. And Na'Vi are in deep, deep trouble.
Guaranteed to be 2 points into the auto-relegation spot. Possibly 1 if they come away with a tie. But Chaos are looking to run away with this thing, and again, it's the same kind of story from last week. Their defense is shaky to begin with. They have a stronger response in the second portion of the first half on their defensive half. They go to the attacking side in the second half of the game and start turning into monsters. And it's been week after week after week of this. It was the same thing on Coastline against Penta. A little more dramatic fashion. Still excellent work from Chaos to be that resilient and that intrepid to constantly pull these games back from the depths. Really, after those first 2 rounds, it'd be hard to say that many thought Chaos would win based on their play, and based on Navi's play. But the tides have certainly turned as Navi's only been able to pick up 1 round since those first 2 initial ones.
You saw that scoreboard, okay? Let's take a look at this for a second. Kills massively in the hands of Navi, okay? They're kind of equal here and there, but there's extra ones for Navi. Yet still, it's a 3-round advantage. Why? Chaos won 2 rounds for free.
Off of time.
Yeah.
With multiple members of Navi alive.
Exactly.
Time management on the attacking side, and now...
More important than frags.
I don't even want to say positional advantage for Navi, and just honestly deployment, but we're down to a 3v3 with about 30 seconds left at the end of that round, and no one was on site for Navi. They made the rotations back, and they were able to drop down the hatches, but they get caught out because you're in those commonplace positions. They know you're upstairs. They know you have to drop. They know that it's only been 3 seconds since you were upstairs. You can't be that far away from the hatch. It was an easy read there at the end for Chaos in the attack.
Let's be honest, the only way to explain this is chat has spammed those chips so hard that Crips is really feeling it, and that's what happens. There you go, Renewals with a double tap, and will actually drop Rips. It's a very common position. Either the Ash or the Zofia will do the work. And it's going to be Renewals to do it this time. Are they going to be able to pick up Rips? And Renewals is going to make this so much more complicated. Lazzo! Beautiful headshot. To at least retain some sort of advantage. Rips picked up at 20 HP.
That was a 3-piece. Lined up for Renewals. Beautiful shot from Lazo. Do the saving grace for Navi, at least in this round so far. Thermite charge will detonate onto the office. Triple walls. Vitaline's the only member of Chaos over there. And this is what I'm talking about with Chaos's ability to spread throughout the map on their attacks. They smother you from all directions. It's not a single directional push. It's not a site-centric push either. They actually focus intensely on clearing out multiple portions of the map and making sure this roam from Navi will be as unsuccessful as humanly possible. And it's been a good run for Chaos so far. Rotation now from Ripster over to the metal half wall. He tries to escape to safety. It means the armory wall is completely evacuated, and here comes Crips to just rush right in on the Ash. Lazo will fall, turning his attention towards Rips, and that's 2. Vaulting in through the small office now is KS. He's the lone man on site. He's able to secure the kill, but not before secretly trades out Cryin. It's a 2v3 now in the favor of Chaos. Chaos and Corey trying to lock down the objective, but secretly again on the SMG-11 will win it out. Chaos eliminated Corey, last man alive. The hopes of Navi remain shredded through the wall, but Corey in response will drop Vitaline. Now has pressure coming in. That's Diffuser surrendered inside of Office. Corey with the cover inside of Fountain. It'll be up to Red Groove and secretly to bounce their way out and split up. Hibana charges coming out onto the backside of Corey onto the Fountain walls. He still has purview and can escape to safety up against the soft wall now, but secretly rushing in. That'll lock it up. Chaos. 7 of 8 in a row, and that'll be Navi securely into the 8 seed.
I can't believe this keeps happening every single time. How? How does this keep happening? Chaos 3 weeks in a row with a comeback every single time? Man. The Swedes have just been indomitable. 13 kills for Crips at the end of this. Vitaline, the newcomer, basically non-existent, but he wasn't running operators or situation positions that he's supposed to be getting frags off of. Crips was the one that had to do it because that was his job, not only operator-wise, but positionally. And he did it every single time with no fault.
And that's his role in the team, and that's been the storyline for the last 3 weeks is Crips awake? Are you spamming your chips, chat? Chaos is probably going to come away with a miraculous run for a win. They're a very streaky team right now. You saw those first 2 rounds. No one grabs a kill inside of Chaos. They flip up the strategy a little bit, play a little more reserved on the defense. The time management from Navi not quite there, and all of a sudden you walk away with 3 in a row. You head into the half 3-3, and it's 4 straight on the attacking side. I think, yeah. So Chaos dropped one attacking round against Mouse last week, and they won, 6 in a row attacks on Coastline. So they have dropped one attacking round in 3 weeks.
I mean, on Consulate last week, they won only 3 rounds on attack. That's something.
Yeah.
They won 4 on defense. But honestly, that's extremely impressive. They're a couple points away from the team, and we're going to touch more on that with our interview now, secretly. Let's go. Chenari, again, the 3rd week in a row. What are you doing to Pro League?
I don't know, dude. We just send in Crips, let him do all the work, and we sit back and enjoy the ride.
And it's been a hell of a ride, to say the least. You guys now stand at 3rd place. 2 points behind Le Stream. They hold the tiebreak against you, but it's only a 7-4. So it's not an impossibility. And you're playing against them next week.
Couldn't be more exciting, dude. And I think it was a bit of a sleeper as well, the fact that we're so close to the 2nd place. I don't think I've ever heard anyone mention it, that we're actually in the contention for a land spot. And
well, we were just mentioning it, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's actually pretty exciting, because you look at your performance of the past couple seasons, not really something that you would have expected, where end of Season 9, oh man, this can actually happen. And for the first time, we would have a full Swedish team. Well, for the first time in a long time. Even back then, it was never a full Swedish team, right? It would still be a first in Rainbow Six. Though, with that said, let's look at quite a few things. Early on, Na'Vi picked up those 3 rounds. They had a perfect round starting off. You guys were kind of shuffled around, not really sure what to do against them. But then they failed completely on their time management. Do you think that was their fault of doing things and not really expecting to have to run into resistance at the end of the round? Or was it just you guys able to pull off your correct bandit tricks, able to pull off your correct rotations on defense?
So after the first 2 rounds, during the first 2 rounds, we realized that they are actually pretty darn slow when we're just peeking right into them. So I basically told my team that, all right, we're just going to sit back. We're going to not peek anything, let them do the work, let them come to us. And yeah, eventually it paid off because they were so slow with their thermite charges, with their pushes, with their droning. So as you can see, first round, we won the round and we had 2 kills on the board. It was like, we didn't even have to do anything. We just let them run down the time.
A lot of people forget that there's that pesky timer that you have to think about the whole game. If you don't manage that as an attacker, you're giving the defenders literally the easiest win that they could have just off of not doing anything. Which, it's not doing anything in that moment, but you did so much as a defender to kind of slow things down and get it to that point that you really put your opponents off base and they don't really know what to do. However, you look at your attacking side, you take those 3 attacking rounds in a row and it's like, hey, Crips, can you just hold off their rotations and, just stay in 90, whatever you want, just do whatever you want. He just goes in and gets kills.
Yeah, well, basically the plan there is, Crips, go around the monitor side and do your thing and we'll see what happens. And yeah, so like the last round, for example, you just told Renault, watch my drone, and then all of a sudden, oh, wait, you're in sight and you killed 3 people. All right, I guess that happened.
Yeah.
Then we just had to clean up.
He just walked into the armory from the back, and he's just, oh, well, there you go. That's players that were not even expecting him to come around from the back. And kudos to him, not only being able to do that, because a lot of people, when they see an Ashe player, an aggressive player, they're like, oh, it's a one-trick pony. He can't do anything else. Crips is an excellent player. We talked about him when he first joined the team not too long ago, actually. And he was able to do quite a bit of work very early on. It's what the squad needed as well. And now you can see that this guy is able to play the flanks, he's able to hold off rotations, he's able to be your spearhead in the assault. It is very morale boosting for you and your entire team to have someone that you can trust into so much. And for you as a captain in IGL, I really want you to kind of try to pin this down for everybody watching of how important it is that level of trust is for a successful team.
I mean, the level of trust is everything, because even once in a while when Crips does have a bad game, for example, he's not always doing too great in scrims, to be honest. He might have a donut here and there, you never know. And then he knows that even if he doesn't deliver, then the rest of his team can go ahead and do the same. You have Red Group, for example, who can clutch literally any round that has ever happened. You just get Red Group in there and he's gonna clutch it. We just know it. So there's never a point in the game where we feel like we can't do this. Not with this team. Everyone knows what we're capable of. Everyone knows that any single member of this team can just pull off the most incredible plays.
And now
it sure helps that Crips can do it more often than others, but
point taken.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
At the end of this, now everybody knows that Chaos is in the running for the Pro League Season 9 finals in Milan. You're not too far away, a couple points away from Le Stream, and with your match next week, you beat Le Stream and you beat them just no matter how. You get the extra points above them, and suddenly you're number 2 team. You beat them with a 7-4 or 7-3, and suddenly you hold a tiebreak and an extra point on top, and now you're even closer to qualifying to Milan. This is definitely a feeling that ignites something in you, and I think this is why you guys have been kind of playing through every single week like it's the deciding thing and trying to make it all the way here. With that said, secretly, anything you'd like to say to all the Chaos fans watching as we speak?
Thank you so much, as always. We love you guys. For example, I got so many messages before the games, and like just people hitting up my Twitter DMs, like, yeah, please do it for Sweden and all of that. It's incredible. Välfärd till er alla. Välfärd.
There you go. Well, thank you very much, secretly. Congratulations again. 7-3 dominating victory against Natus Vincere on Border. We'll see you next week against Le Stream. That's definitely going to be a barn burner, for lack of a better term. Thank you very much, and good night.
Thank you.